What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kenny Clutch, Clutchvision podcast. Yes, yes. Shout out to my dad, yo. Shout out to my dad. And I don't know too many people that get a chance to actually shout their fathers out, but I'm gonna shout my dad out because I don't even know if he actually knows this, but he taught me something. My dad is about 63 years old, and it's crazy how I haven't seen my dad in about 4 years. And it's amazing how sometimes your parents can, not be around you for so long, but then when you see them again, they can still teach you something. I said, when your parents are not around you for so long, and then when you see them again, they can still teach you something. My dad's a military man. He's a military man, and he taught me something. My sister got married just last week. My sister got married. So shout out to the Russells. And we had an awesome time at the wedding. And me and my dad, like our relationship is good. I mean, we've had our father son moments just like any other, father son. I mean, we're men at the end of the day, so we have those clashes. But even though I haven't seen my dad in the last 4 years, that doesn't mean I haven't spoken to him or seen him via FaceTime or something like that. I mean, I haven't actually seen him in the flesh. Directly in front of me in 4 years. And it was really, really great to actually see him, hug him, spend time with him. It was a joyous occasion for my family. But I want to talk about something specific. I want to talk about order. I want to talk about order. How many people actually really, really, really have order in their life? How many people really can say that they have order in their life? And when I say my dad taught me something after 4 years of not actually being around him, even though he still teaches me stuff or whatever, even when I'm, not around him, just on the phone. But what I'm talking about was something that he probably didn't even know that he did. So my dad is something else. My dad is something else. And anybody knows in my family, they know Sergeant Thomas is something else. So let me just break this down for you guys. So we go down to the groom's best man's house to get dressed for the wedding, right? It's down in Berlin, New Jersey. For those that don't know, this is South Jersey, okay? So we go down to the groom's house to the groom's best man's house to get dressed. So we got to get on the expressway to get to the church, right? So my dad moved, about 10 years ago. So he moved from Jersey, over to the west side about 10 years ago. So he resides in Arizona now, right? So dad comes home. He hasn't been around in a while, so he's following me everywhere, okay? First, before I even get into the actual story, what was crazy was my dad, meeting my sister and I for breakfast, had trouble getting the to the restaurant for breakfast. And I'm like, Dad, like, how come you ain't use your GPS on your smartphone? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, I was trying to, but the Wi-Fi is messed up. I'm like, the Wi-Fi messed up. I'm like, I looked at his phone and I'm like, Dad, you still got it on airplane mode. Like you still got it on airplane mode, Pop. Like turn the phone off airplane mode. You ain't gonna get no internet like that. Like, come on, Pop. Like I know it's 2019, about to be 2020, but like it was the program. Like, come on now. So that's the reason why my dad was 45 minutes late to breakfast, which is crazy. So anyway, we're getting on the expressway. My dad is following me up. So we get to the toll. I drop 40 cents in the expressway, right? All right, cool. So I'm thinking my dad gonna drop his 40 cents in, or maybe he had an easy pass. I don't know. He went through the actual easy pass. So he went through, right? So I'm pulling off and I'm wondering why he is I'm wondering why he's pulling over. And I'm like, Dad, why are you pulling over? So I'm like, what is going on? Pop, what is you doing? Right? I'm like, we got to go to the wedding. So he pulls over, he gets out the car. Mind you, this is on the expressway. Gets out the car, comes up to my car, and he goes and he says, "You got 40 cents?" And I'm like, "What? What do I need? What, you ain't got 40 cents?" He said, "Nah, nah, nah." I was like, "Well, Dad, like you already went through, so I think it's, you should be fine. It's not a big deal. It's just 40 cents." Like, how many people like ever just, not had the change or whatever to put into the actual toll, and you just keep it chucking, right? You just keep it moving. Like, it's not like you do it all the time. Maybe some of y'all do, but you know what I'm saying. My dad goes and he says, "Nah, but I don't want to take a chance, especially with this rental. Even though they already got you. That's not the point. That's not the point." I give him the 40 cents. My dad gets in the car. He reverses the car all the way back. Mind you, we're on the expressway on the shoulder. He's back in the car all the way back to the toll booth area. Gets out the car, drops the 40 cents in. Even though they already got you, they already got your tag, whether they send you a ticket or not, whatever. The point is that order. Order. How many times do we do things in order? How many times is your life in chaos because you're out of order? How many times are you looking at life and you just like, yo, man, like, everything is all over the place. My life is in shambles. My life is all over the place because maybe you out of order. You out of order. How many people would pay 40 cents to get their life in order? I said, how many people would pay 40 cents to get their life in order? Some of us won't pay anything. Some of us won't even invest 40 cents in ourselves to get our life in order, to get our life on track. But we out there and we going to go ahead and spend money on fast food. We out there, we're going to spend money on drugs or, alcohol and then things that tear our bodies down, or we out there spending money on, on the nonsense. We spend money on distractions, but we won't spend money on ourselves. I said we spend money on distractions, but we won't spend money on ourselves. This ain't about the 40 cents. But if 40 cents is going to get my life in order, I say that's a pretty cheap price. But if you look at it from another sense, from a spiritual sense, man, listen, 40 cents ain't nothing compared to what was slaughtered for you, what was given for you. Somebody paid the price for you to live. Remember that. Remember that, right? We got to get our life in order, people. We got to get our life in order. We can't sit here or whatever every single day, just get up and be like, yo, like, thinking that everything's going to be fine and dandy. We got to get our life in order. It's that important. I was sitting down with my dad at breakfast and he was like, yo, man, like, it was important for me to finish. And I'm like, finish what? He said, the Army. It was important for me to go back in because we talked about how when I was, around 13, 14 years old, about to go into, middle school, high school and all that, my dad went back into the service. And I'm like, dang, Pop, like, I need you now. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the most critical time that a young boy needs his father around more. That's where I kind of like, I didn't rebel fully or anything like that. But, in some ways I felt some type of way because my dad went back into the service and I'm like, yo, Pops, I need you here. Like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And it was like, dang, yo, like you just up and left. Like at the time, like I understood. I know why. But for him, he said he had to finish. He did 8 years. He did 8 years. His first 8 years, he had came out of high school and did 8 years in the service, got out. Then my dad was driving a bus. And the one thing my dad said, he was like, yo, man, I'm worth more than this. I'm worth more than this. I don't want to be sitting here driving a bus for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to drive a bus for the rest of my life. My dad saw something in himself, yo. He said, yo, I'm going to go finish. When my dad was younger, he was in the Boy Scouts, right? So he wanted to make Eagle. He didn't get the chance to make Eagle. He didn't make it. He was disappointed at the fact that he didn't make Eagle. It was something that he wanted to accomplish really, really bad. He wanted that status. He wanted to get there. So when he went back into the service, he remembered that time. Like, yo, man, I remember when I was a young boy and I was in the Boy Scouts and I didn't make Eagle. I'm not gonna sit here and just put in this time and not receive this pension or not receive these benefits or whatever that I'm working hard for the rest of my life. When I retire or whatever, I'm gonna make sure that I got X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes some people just don't want to finish because it's too hard. My dad finished at the highest rank that you could ever finish in the Army as a sergeant, first class, sergeant first class. That's important to him. It was important. It taught me something. You got to finish. Anything you start, you better finish it. Anything you start, you better finish it. Don't come in here or whatever halfway. Don't come in here or whatever just doing part of the job. Don't come in here or whatever just like, yo, all right, I'm going to start and then I'm going to just leave it and never touch it ever again. No, you come in and you finish. You come in, you get the job done. You get the job done. No matter what it takes, you get the job done, man. Don't leave it to somebody else. Don't be like the dude in Matthew 25. Don't be that dude. Don't be burying your gift. You be like the other two. You better double that. Or God gonna sit there and take away your gift or whatever and give it to somebody else who's gonna do something with it. My dad ain't want to drive no bus no more because at the simple fact that he knew what he had in him. He had to get his life in order. He had to get his life in order. And what was important to him. Accomplishing certain things. Now listen, yo, my pops ain't no perfect dude. Nobody is. Nobody is. But it's certain lessons that I take that I now apply and that I have to apply. Are you going to apply that? Are you going to apply it? That's the question. How many times or whatever do you want to continue to sit here and continue to drive the bus? You be doing the same route over and over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life? That's what you're going to do? You're going to keep going in circles over and over and over again? You're going to continue to drive that bus? Or you're going to get off, you're going to go back, you're going to finish what you started. You're going to put in your time, you're going to serve the way that you were supposed to serve. Ain't nothing wrong with driving a bus. But what's your motives behind it? I say ain't nothing wrong with driving a bus, but what bus you driving? What's your motives behind it? What's the purpose? What you serving? Who you serving? Who you serving? What's the mission in driving the bus? Oh man, we all drive a bus, but what bus we driving? What's the route? What's the next level? You understand what I'm saying? Who gonna pay that 40 cents? Who gonna pay the 40 cents? Is anybody gonna pay the 40 cents? That's the question. That's the question. Are you going to invest 40 cents in yourself? Or are you going to just sit there and allow 40 cents to drop and let somebody else pick it up? And they're going to invest that 40 cents in themselves. And you're going to watch them elevate to levels and levels and levels and levels and levels. You're going to watch them live beyond measure. And then you're going to be measured. You want to cap on yourself or you want to go beyond the moon? It's real talk. Success ain't no joke. But it's about what you put into it. How hard you willing to grind, how hard you willing to work, and what you going to do. I'm going to invest my 40 cents. I'm going to invest my 40 cents. I'm going to invest my 40 cents. All right. And if given the option, I'm going to invest way more than that. So I encourage you to push, grind, invest your 40 cents, people. It's a small number. It's a small number, but a large reward. I said it's a small number, but a large reward. It's your boy Kenny Clutch. It's the Clutchvision podcast. This is what I need y'all to do, y'all. I need y'all to, number one, subscribe. I need y'all to like. I need y'all to comment. All right. I need y'all to click that bell. Click that bell. I need y'all to share this with somebody. Share this with a friend that needs to get their life in order. That's what I need y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? Play this over and over again. Donate to our Patreon link. It's going to be in the description below so we can continue to elevate this podcast and get it to levels beyond levels beyond levels and live beyond measure and bring you guys more positivity, more knowledge, and more things that you need in your life to get you to the next level, to get yourself in order. It's your boy Kenny Clutch. It's the Clutchvision podcast. Yo, when we change the mind, we change the game. Bang, bang. Let's get it.